South Motherland. I did feel like I'll be an eighth year. I'm in love with you now. Tamajiba Majihada Mabiyata was a young will a dodgy love for fun. Chale how? From the big six, you still to fix things. Mawa Hamakafu was Chicago will reach.
If you don't make it be, nobody for fight for the need for a peace. Income boom. Easy with it. Maybe we to protect the nation, but the God and anyone I save it. Oh
yeah. About the PP, about the Somaji, about the PP, hey, I want to now Somaji, my from my wabo, what has some tron one six, and many bay use on killing you, Suara, which as if you won't pay for a month who are when you be a cocoto, a lady be okay, palace, a lady more care, pallet, a lepid you call care, pallet. I'm out with you in. It's all about a peace. Hey, Baloba.
Phones in a doom, stores ya to doom, police say you foom, area say soon. Papa, yeah, papa, depending on how Mwashakuma Muma, Memina Danima, Papa, don't know what it is. Rum, what's the Mugania to Gem, over the BBC.
Ghana, it's no more.
Papa Peter Free me, I made him no more.
Instead of the peacemakers, for they shall be called the sons and daughters of God. Hey, we pray for love. We pray for peace. We pray for unity always.
Nobody for fight for the need for a peace. Income boom. Easy with it. Maybe we to protect the nation, but the God and anyone I save it. Oh yeah.
About the PP, about the Somaji, about the PP, hey, I want to know now Somaji walk, hey, my from my wabo, what has some tron one six, and many bay use on killing you, Suara, which as if you won't pay for a month who are when you be a cocoto, a lady be okay, palace, a lady more care, pallet, a lepid you call care, pallet. I'm out with you in. It's all about a peace. Hey, Baloba.
Phones in a doom, stores ya to doom, police say you foom, area say soon. Papa, yeah, papa, depending on how Mwashakuma Muma, Memina Danima, Papa, don't know what it is. Rum, what's the Mugania to Gem, over the BBC.
Tiny assassin.
General assassin. Oh my Lord.
Yeah, yeah, but that's it. You tell me, what's your phone? Who's it? Oh, you. You, yeah, yeah. You go, sir.
Maybe Kamaka my follow Mukaka, Mushia, Jordan.
Yeah.
Last week, Yawa, and then now, Yawa. Yeah, my woman be a more than percent is not what you want. But maybe success. No, programs was later. But great foundation.
Remember, right. Yes,
will never fight again. Cause Ghana is a happy place and joy we should be friends.
What's up, motherland? I don't feel like I'll be an eighth year. I'm in love with you now. I'm a Jiva Maji Hada, I'm your tower. What's up,
yes, hello.
Yeah, but great foundation.
Yeah.
So, programs coordinate Abekasa,
Yeah, okay, thanks for the call. Okay, you Praise Foundation, you know, but I say, really, and I'm sorry to say, I'm a driver, internet and a packy. You break foundation, you know. Sanya Oti Ding, no, one say, in free, you know, bridge war. In of Fabino, a youth that is in Mebum Bridge Foundation. Now, bridge, more and the bridge. Now, but I Chile, but I and I ocean, and I said, bridge, and I would connect one end of maybe or quindi I could see another Fabi. Into Ewo Amo and Ewo Echi, and I say, okay, now, your woman say, but I see and you say, and then say, yeah, we say there's a big gap between policymakers in painful and Nabuno. Now, yes, and Fatima. Meaning, any young entity, and will come Uboniba can say young culture. Now, culture, no, Uboniba can say it's a way of life. Now, you what they are to tell you, and the same. Remember, there a new Mosia, Monchen, Mombre, more prefer Mohondo, and now say, in paying for assembly and paying for the water with fee. Now, about Friday, only a baby will have what was it. Was Samba will be sat on Yansafo. Now, won't be sat near the Nanguari and I'm on thing. And will be said, Anna, Ushe, young culture, they equate wisdom to maturity. So, longevity is equated with wisdom and everything. Internet or your opinion, the answer or Nimbia, men can't say Nyansa. That's our Nyansa, another Nyansa Mudo, sing Abofra. Inti, next Abofrano is not ready. And she scientists in the Ubun's Eddie, I was say, political parties need to be crowded, market train, and no break, and no so yet. So now, Edu Breswa, and Fana, what they will. In the same sphere, Oko Ejmemoa. na kwala yi ofi dab and dam no wo na no ba ya wa be manager CCA. It means that it's not only in the political landscape, political environment, you know, what's a corporate environment. It's all infected by this culture of marginalization of the youth. Into policy be by mebu no one kofa mebu na drink infancy ase na one koye esise no. Into it's more of a top-down approach. In painful kodwe na we na what can na what a better amount for any. Into we realize that is not inclusive development. It's not inclusive democracy. Democracy, as I say, enfa among funi nina enka wadring enka them nipa kakra bi de one another. It's a myth foundation now. You who sound up, no? Into your cancer and the Sadia, then you bet me, aye. We are pretty gabono because it says, Sana Cobam. People say, Nebuno and I'm one and I'm paying funeral so and I'm one aquan. Into the youth are walking in one lane, the elderly are walking in another lane. There's no opportunity for them to come together to where maybe dialogue find at issue. It's in painful position we are now. What the other two EU and that's what the other one go into the idea of youth foundation is how do we bridge that gap between the youth and elderly because yenina kabuma and I let it slow among yenina ka yagin buma. Ena yedi impuntu ebe kronim na ma empobasa empefo beka so wobe ko dwin bibi hu wi a wada beka mbebu na mo edu ni ehia ahoden yedi a then they rely on mbebu no inti it is about bridge the gaps between the policy makers and the youth that's in mbebu and now see the impefo ene mbebu no say you bet bridge the gap bibia Everma if you can do etumi aba now what yetumi advocate say and say yenfa ibebuno adwen enso enka ho na ehihye no anaso mfuntu no etumi esiyi nti em say me fapemi nyina eni
number 2 obi bebi sase so mo sha ase ache
oh you em say we're at the 15th year.
Wow.
15th year. Yeah. But
15th year, no. And about to be like Yababa to a baby, and I say, I'm idea I'm waiting to be an amount percent. Yababa to a man at Moncan, I say, then go to me. I said, I don't know, may say on to say that minimum.
You. Now, I'm saying the 15th year, no. Let me say that we are in the 15th year. Then we believed, say, when to me in Fidakor, and I say, I collaborate Nantia or the Kakanka, and Ocean Ade. At this point, the matter of a yen so a brave fee, I fellow. Yet the young share. Jumakubi and Nasa angels being one become attitude so that we also subjected ourselves to corporate mentorship. Yet the uncle share the say organization to say CDG Ghana. Professor Dina Boadi and into Dina Boadi at the MI Kujasante and almost everyone at CDG. FIN say ABR Woma Wabetitoyen into in Eddie Kano Bibia near Betroa near that one. A quantre Yanyan say, what are the policy issues in semi modernity and coaching? I get this year. If you share that initial and some 3, 4, 5 years, you know, and son of one says, see, I did. when you're eagle, it's an eagle, or to see eaglet now, and they do media now, or then a home, on to another ban. I should say, Nankasa to me to when you know about for Peno, I don't sometimes in Rebedua or Jama, then they are able to run on their own. In situation, we have to subject ourselves to mentorship. Yes, so many days entertain negative, and that is exactly what we do. At this point, it's in crunch should be a bit media man. Say we should all not assume say Yakobi is right, but that we have the opportunity to learn from experienced ones. It's making there are a lot of us experienced institutions. We work and we have subjected ourselves to mentorship to learn under them initially. We can do breeding parliamentarians in terms of Robert from Australia. That is how we and only at the back. We could have been controversial to catch attention quickly. Instead, Kona and Koya quickly let the issue practice and you keep to one so level more you yan Debbie. Yan Dennis say we can dialogue behind the scenes and push. It's only when Inyama and Koye and then we come in the public domain. So there are number of instances that behind the scenes, if you Google, for instance, youth disenfranchisement in elections. Efi Afrajan Breso, this Befa Shadow Success, and this, and even this current commission also. Google, who say even 2012. Yeah, Dima, Ebria, what can I say? One transfer of votes, Nazi, secondary school for me transfer one vote from one to and it was extensive in the media. Actually, Chobo, my more part exercise, which was Emma, nobody be so which to about 2016, a continuing. Emma, you can say, about this current issue. Google actually, I was so West Wogon. And yes, we raised some issues, concerns. Now, you can't, it can be Emma Mebun said they should not be disenfranchised. Article 42 or the Constitution, you know, every citizen of Ghana has the right to cast his vote. What can I make an answer? Every citizen of Ghana has the right, constitutional right to say, if he's of age. If he's of age, then if that is the case, then we have to rise up. Even though, unfortunately, not because there was no continuous voter registration. Emma, since the last 2016 the election, not 1 year registration, dear man, the Bune. Now, Emma, Naminfa, MP Nukra in CE, come auto Nibin Kumson. Not a who could be here say, it's a way by election. Meanwhile, Oko University majority are the students. Now, students, for a year 1, year 2, and a year 3, don't do my last election, we already decided. It's in a year, we reaching out to other. And that was a clear way of disenfranchising the Mebuno. It's any year say, what over 5 MP. They had no opportunity to decide who rules, who comes to preside over them as their MP. In the account, I say, account be come to an agreement. Okay, and Sadia, and bring it here. Sadia, electoral commission, any continuous voter registration for published calendar. And I have to commend the electoral commission. Say that angle they understood, and we had to. It's not near to go kitty. It's in Tiasabai now. Osha, most of the things they are doing now, okay, Monko district office. Now, district office on the Monko register, Munyesi, and at least gradually, until recently, not the name district office of electoral commission. If you are going to ask for continuous voter registration, at least a compromise was that okay, we'll be here after that, we know. And gradually we are getting there, but by the time we get to next election, you know, just say, you see, everyone knows EC's district office. Into 2018, anytime, I'm hoping you can go there and register. Into you can be a youth organization, announcing an NGO. And who we are saying, never do a Obitina Chair Wagon or Kukum. What kind of book or what can not one. Now, there were so many examples that, men person met to be quantum, but we've done it underground. We've seen results. Abandon and win. And I said, one boy, okay, my yard, watching so. We've been around from government, over government, politics. Saying, you better say, we the Achia. Never, you better try your now say, and Munyan in the interest of Umbebuno. Inti, that is 70 and can, you go so. Now, and you say, you know, to be now, oh, the Asema Portugal. Now, because you want attention into mem say a idea a woman where to sue you know so that cafe they to sue me and sir and say we focus on building capacity of the Lebono I will see and not one preparedness and not addition here. Into own Chimika as a youth advocacy organization that also can say a member in your audience with policymakers. Then only one from social momna. One Kenya, member and one Kenya win. What be one? One says, you mean. So you need to prepare them so that there can be that meaningful engagement. Into when we are, and as we call school, that's also a no Usiana not train for Adia, and then you will to Mika. Inti, you go so, we and Juma, but Nyanya, it's a ready film, who prefer Inti. Now, the they can say first time voter campaign, my colleague, Joyce, I can't answer, This perspective, not many people even had the idea. So the last voter population, 62% were youth.
Yes, 62%.
And then first time voters were about 21%. This year the number would certainly be up. You understand? We are doing it and we are training young lesson or kind of. Yes, we say, actually, yes, Chimua. Yes, some people in the assuming say, when you know the war university, into when you know constitution, we will be and now say, Bofaka Sakas and Robert Yasin. Into they are out of school youth, but from on Tiasi. So we need to bring down the education into their level. Senior, it means at our June. Into your good campaign, so we explain the woman never be breathe. So no kind of into way I would be here, yet a boa or man in Punchi. Now, mechanism, Mecca, Mecca, we do not expect the final results in next, and that's how I see. It's a training program. Yes, you do to me in Fasudi towards this year's election. People who you said now they are a bit educated. Then yes, and said by the time we get to 2024, that's a number we are to 10 way. imagine they have consistent, continuous education by 2024. We would have had a huge population of a portion of the voter population now. They will be better enlightened. Inti, I'm say, kakra.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, Mr. Otin, now, yeah, if you BBC, now, on a mechanical, or by Joyce Akasa, Madam Joyce Akasa, we right, when our year paying so I would down, no, I would not, you may cool, no, the coffee bally. Sir, youth, now I are all cassette, down you see a number more cassette. So, why your coffee youth, no one could do, Brasebe jump pet. No, much your marble. Well, you, woman, I just say, your cock or twaba. And now say, William will be what can hold a bit, say, sir, youth now at what parliament, I know they have this, they have a name, youth sons of the Iowa parliament, no, maybe not me be sir of Madam Joyce. Money or more, Uncle Fatty saying, how are you doing it to bridge that gap?
Let me say, Madasi, but let me say that there are two angles. You do, and I say, we are a summer, ever and offend. And offending, they ain't in American, sir, and offending in the say, young can speak. Say, in Kitty, in the sense that a be no more when your position, and I must say most citizens will confirm say when people get to parliament, getting them access to them is almost impossible. Mecca access say access to some of them is regrettable. Say what could do no? I say see there's been a big gap between one and in the and that is regrettable. Now, that said, yes, Sabina, Yenny, another MPB or parliament. Now, making up to Ding Haruna. Sometime back, he also went to parliament, the minority there, some time ago. And he said, say, Onomo Parliament, yes, as a youth way, young person. Yeah. Then one guy they also have, and they say, there has not been a conscious effort by youth to engage them. If the wife of friend, you will say, a binum usuban effisan. I say one could do another class, and we would see no. And Nemo class. Sebita Frache. And Nemo class. And no. And that one, no. And yet only the young parliamentarians. They will some MPs immediately who could do it, they are no longer accessible until election time. And no. And suddenly, it's just matter, Honorable Haruna Idris Ekaino. And so they say, at times, we do not teach them very well. In the area, you started campaign, and you be able to me, Ama, so there has to be a conscious effort. We need to have structured systems developed to be able to engage them. Now, what engagement, so interesting. Any television be the chairman school fees, ma'am. That's your problem. It took us what was about Paraguay. What was about the Wogan? Because what was your MP and upon you?
Could you believe so? Oh, no, more, no, MP, no, oh, no, said 2 or 3 bedroom apartment. Oh, man, you constitute by Quaba. I 4 bedroom apartment. Don't go to your camera.
I don't know 4 bedroom apartment. Oh, wait a minute, mobile. School fees are what? Hospital bill, adoring PPR. You know, hospital bill. And it's true, it's maybe it's a boom, and I say, I did able to my boom. Into Emma, say, Obi Bakwana or the Akoma, a Muda hang a bakra. Now, in Jenny, what's saying, I will so be, or not so bad as through. Inti, I think we need to visit this one. Now, beyond Yame, yeah, Adam, na yesi Ace Parliament anymore. At least, yeah, yes, you know, you bet you have to say ye, now going forward. Sanaba, Adaboa, because walk nothing one engaging now. They would never. Into one mistake I will see, for instance, in Parliament, say, you don't have a bipartisan approach as they come together to really have an agenda to push the youth issues. It's not there. It's not there. You don't have a bipartisan say, the same way the youth issue, we want to look at this and that. It continues to be NDC, MPP, NDC, MPP in Parliament. It is an area that maybe yes, they are adequately prepared to engage the parliamentarians. And say, I don't think they are that bad. What's it? Then, Ahunya, one year na ede arefi. Aba. Nchedi ano akodu baby a when you no kekere nti arefi beba. Arefi ne chi no ahunya nso de adesua ba. Nti obi abeba bia no de mewu obo nso ba de wugwan. Nti we need to have structures and systems for a better engagement. None of FBM say we have to look at.
So you didn't come on. If you just join us, you are on Radio Guy Online. We now have discussion with the Chief Executive Officer, Youth Bridge Foundation, Mr. Seth Otin. So after no journey and your name Mr. Seth Otin didn't come on or church Mbabunu ne amayo in amayo fo amayo ye phone paying phone. So woye youth no ana ababunu woye atotri ana sedai now so youth Bridge Foundation wa abegina ho say no sa kwan sa gap no ana say kwan da ababun ene amayofo no mu no obomo de say o sa kwan da no wo be kansi na mpanyimfo no ye bibia wo frɛ mbabun no so betena opon no ho bi ne nyina discuss most of the things say niam bibia ekɔ so oman mu no ɛyɛ oman Ghana na say ba bibia na wiase afa na nya no ɛyɛ mbabun Lady kind, never bring shape a bruise or why efa mbabu ho nanso yemfa mbabu no emba hye mu bia na wonfa wontra opon no ho bi won so won kire wadwen Mr. Otin so
yeah
esi kwana obi a woye deliberations that bia and now policies be blame ho is about the youth so yem youth na kasa so woye bibia wonfa yem meka ho so say yeah, you be my youth. Obey the young who say youth no, say no, say na echo say, because if never be policies be go out, if you are ever crown out to say, and fat Mbabunu who be bring one tiasi. This was a parliament, was a abano air. I mean, what are you saying about that? What are you doing about that as the foundation, your organization?
I'm saying, any meeting can see. For us to bridge the gap, it requires capacity building of the youth for that meaningful engagement. Inti for the youth to have meaningful engagement. Inti so we're friends, OSHA, it's a national budget. National budget, the financial administrative law requires that they engage citizens and they normally request for input by citizens. Now, every district assembly is supposed to have what they call a public a town hall meeting to elicit which are what Oman no, and at a Kuman for no one agent. And then you want to share what the bank can. And they need to bring their citizens. But when you know, it's being costly because citizens do not have the capacity to demand accountability. They can. One tells me now you're able to make a website. It is science say district assembly and now say you win a money adding to the money. We do not understand that. So, what year? To what extent and I yet to say in Senasi? That can say you bridge with various support from some development partners, UNDP, European Union, DIG, and a number of international organizations, even USAID, and we've done with some districts in Bebo Nimbi, as we speak now, have progressed to be actively involved in politics and even development programs. You see, governance, there's a demand side and there's a supply side. In the supply side, where the policy makers and what you're saying, demand side, among for no. It is there, yet, and that's a month I say what you are saying. Now, if you want to a demand accountability, is say and go ye, and that's in your mother ban, into that is why the garbage into a woman here say, you better share among for no degree. Into where can ecosystem say, if we are able to build an educated populace, then we'll be heading towards maybe strengthening at least the demand side of governance. That's what you send a one and that's a month for no. But it is this assembly before you bring your composite budget or we need to Accra. Now on a month for the share. But you are sorry, Etia. Say Debbie, one beginning agent today. Na the way Abasha Yankon, Yanamonia Jungo, we win. And I think a Jumada, na young Cassie, make Cassie, education, an educated populace, that bois, main punch, school woman, because Teteno, na young, in the communities, which woman, may ye. Na otu boman ube wate ko gaso na okwa akotade ube buni na ne oton ade wo gaso hon onene mun konko school da but ube to nyama nyina be wie no a wo shock calculator no na abo price na ma obi tontoma never me mame onko school da but not tontoma dumasi otumi hwe ebia nipa ba 5-4 lema wo anyway o say mo be tontoma let me see Osha no odunwanye bu otuwe otinti yesi we better 6 years we better 4 years obema no fra epofa ofra we obebuwe no wa calculate say we be to ehia be epo infia ene mienu edachi na wa ko school ka usi ko hu sene oye onya figures inti make us say educated populace it does not necessarily mean say of course what ko school eboa but once I miss it train we can bring them along in church and I say addition bi o ha ewu nya za ba ko school nko then we can break it down to their level now also what the one chere aba na you or hini bi o baby na so chia mi o baby obetu fo o say professor bi kura na me ni bi say obeti asa na say obefo you inti nyansa de yisia
you we still on it and 35 minutes after 8. Very soon we will leave Mr. Othin to, we will leave Mr. Othin. He was on his way from the office, and now our pack will be on my Sanchez chain now. Who person send or comments and so comments about me for WhatsApp, maybe to me for 0244 917180. 0244 917180. But me no comments and for now so Facebook right now with me having Guy TV online. We are is being streaming there live. Mr. Othin, especially within our district assemblies, and I say our various assemblies, MC, DC, not no. Or if you say president in a man appointment, he's accountable to the president. Apart from that, more now, more be accept you order man no and so so honor and say order man no honor. Mutu bisa, he baby or bisa MC and say DC and I say when I need buefu. No if you are former, so I'm accountable to the president who appointed me. But honor in church in a more year na a month for no see the kind of accountability and demand then a more year. I know some you are doing something, but then partner say a month for the year you say no. President now appointed by, but yeah, so no. What Diane say? So who are contacted
say, I'm really can kind of say, a month for no active. What you want right? Asia, they can demand accountability. Then we say, one Asia, it weakens the demand for accountability. In a sense, say, send a media can kind of say, a man of the year one district planning, and that's a chrono. The year one district, when find the chrono, man, kind of so that means the district level. So, the year one district planning and district budgets are. If you say it, say for Kumuno for aging. So there should be town hall meeting. In the same wisdom, national budget to crown, there is a provision say it's a what amount for aging before national budget is prepared. If they invite the populace to make submission, this is later in financial administrative now, this is level we know. It's also that provision has also been made. The name of a son is say amount for the immunity and then Emma Etosin. But I did mention said with the support of USAID, we've done a number of work in some selected districts, UNDP, GIZ, and a number of European Union, a number of organizations are also I would say we went into the communities, engaged the youth, and I yet did planning officers, and a budget officers, engaging Bebuno, which they went through all their processes for them to understand. Say, these are the avenues for you to contribute towards the district development. And some of these are the avenues that Ube Chimi said, Bibi Anko Yea, Ube Chimi, Abu Science, a year then the Etosin. And we've had this number of, but I have to say, sir, I mean, yes, we've done it for about a number of districts. Main fancy be about 20 or some 30 districts. But it is not, yes, but it is not enough. And Ghana, as we speak now, we have 275. Yeah, 200 something. I mean,
275 constituencies.
275 constituencies, American constituency, And Sana, is that it used to be 216. And Wogu 60. I mean, so the number has increased. It's why you need 30 anywhere. Before say, there's through different programs, we've had a number of training. I can confidently say in those districts, the relationship in Mebono and the district planning officers and the district budget officers was very close. It's another episode. You see, the DC, another MC, is the administrative head. The technocrats, planning officers, one watch a chrono input to so. Until they are able to demand accountability. Apasana say in some other places, we've had opportunity for them to engage the DCs and MCs and when bisa questions, and the DCs willingly engage Lebuno. I think these are very good examples. We need to sustain and we need to possibly do more. And there's no way beside building the capacity of citizens to know how to demand accountability. Who can then create there's no shortcut. And the second part, is a referendum. Anka, as a year corner, get to constitutional amendment, Senator, I would to DC, over to one forever. Yeah, but men can say we're part of one of those organizations. Yakafati. It's a shiny day. Because it's a shiny day. I park. When I will see and I say, Oman for the better arsenal. And then I share so. And say it was within a short space of time, and not in Tiaseno. And Uncle Ye. Inti Uber so been plenty as well to say and maybe cry, but even among the elite, Crano, Ubeka A, Ubi said, and ye A nor A B, and ye B, may you see, Inti Osha, no, we went around, they could be a Mebuno. One Tiasic, I say, yeah, like I said, what you want to have, baby, a yes, and a baby, and wanted. Nancy, I want you and one way. Inti. You can't say again say at that time it was too close. Na one year educate citizens. Then when they go in decision, I think that one is not once or about. What's been what do you say? Well, I'm born a home modern. One. Number 2, and the next time in Sono, we see it's about the power what as the president means. It is a Otemo Casano Casana and Coso President Mania, or so else in AU. There's no security, there's no job one you between all right and president and no way to. M says that amendment in the idea I can't buy. Na in church na Uncle Ye. Say na as a so that at least it takes a little bit of the president's power away from him. You president need 2 minutes just or why running or why because so ultimately Obi Koka I'm saying baby I see you crana. Now the chance of this way one can do one Subandi at the year names here. No, actually, no, what did the other? I say, what by trashing? Very fair by election, what's any we have found a say, what they would DC now on any rain and the man in the bush for 1 quarter, men with the main camera, young quantity, across a bungalow. Says I know a friend. What's a bungalow? You. Wakotna baby woman and then a busianafi na all fear another chance announcement about paper about presidents away. Into within 1 week, a few short time, now Dibia, in an abo. Marcus Tua. Now, I said, oh, wait, I never panel you with this year. Where you nephew? I said, can't I do go school? I said, not for nothing. It's about security, job security, and being conscious. Whom are you accountable to? Is it to the president and not to the citizens? In TMs are not born yet. the decisions the president although why kakrano, I think it was a big sacrifice and a very bold step. Now, in you public education, I'm saying na so kakra. Na me ya adom na si yesi afefufu mu anka. If you are sentem na yes antwem.
Nti ase no confirm na say what on so about
You.
I say eye say
Oh, another. It's a good for you.
yo Mr. Otin say ye do bring bebre ye da se pa na mre awanya amaye no a church mu fa mabu ne amayo ho asem na mo so ankasa youth break foundation mesra se wo bibi a wo de betwa to amaye a na ye mfa enwie na ye nja wo na kodu jojo na se ye nwa no so twan wo fie asa no mada
You wait a minute. I'm say that's for opportunity, you know. But you know, why ye and I say ugusu ye say it needs to be commended. To bring youth issues at the fore, no, is something that every year say youth Oman Ghana no must not be seen as say one day we hear maybe na na obi akọ university we na was opedimenti uso nko prapra loro kwans o here opedimenti uso onko yewe the be a fata now an investment in the country's youth, investment in their education and building an educated populace. We must say, investment into the education of the youth is critical. And we should look at youth inclusive development agenda. Sana yenye media mun fan say mebone de will do the BI. Now if we invest in the education today, in the next 5 years, 10 years, we'll have a population would all be very proud of. Into you. Let's do that, and then also for Melbourne also on the part should submit themselves to learning and acquiring knowledge, and then also building on their capacity. As we ask government to invest in them, they should also avail themselves to grab every opportunity. Into and the youth issues must be brought at the fore, and I wish the country well. As we go into election, and then making sure electoral agenda, the issues are brought to the fore. Let's not comment American say, Senator Joyce kind of. Everyone about to offend you. Motion for graphics, be no more the banner, colorless, and then number in fan or there. At least it makes it a bit attractive for the youth to be involved. Social media engagement and But let's go beyond that and then sustain it through to election and have transparency for election, And but peacefully to get into it. Into Medawasi.
Pacho, yo, Mr. Seth Otin,
CEO
of Youth Bridge Foundation. That's Papa, no Adaja, Wunyama Yen. Ne, only a for Ache. I am vision and I say Mutumo Paul Dawa Mo de Bois or Mano or Mabum Afam. That's a pa. One day, one day, after never be a year, Dimana Secura, Agronasi.
Oh, you. Oh, wait, you. Medasi, and the money to months. Why? Never count. You, bye.
That's a Ura said or tin on a year of a by Youth Bridge Foundation and our church Mabuno ne amayo ne nsem so many the beya to amambu mu se ye trans ya ye hye na se ni amambu babu you know they come come we have to empower them so that they will be informed as Mr. Set contain CEO Foundation. You can send a WhatsApp on 0244 917180. WhatsApp number 0244 917180. And then your that's it. Let's listen to this music. Let's go for the club and come back very soon.
Here we go. Okay, this is my motherland, Lady Ghana tiny. Anything I go talk, we look at tiny. Bo, Boni hey, Boni dane fe hey. Many me fende hikati and many won't pay. Male bahi gay fende baja minkabo. Moye loco ninja lawa per me kebo. I promise on my own I'm with pioneer and shona. Ling up a mina sana, they go na no shona.
Yamaena Jumanchi Afiko May Kowan Kabila Capito Zaida Kai Wanda Bumbanchi Modena Zwalumchi Ubangiji Allah Wayma Jumanchi Afiko May Anna Muhammad Waysa
See, this is not a peace song, it's a love song. Peace and Ghana getting married, keep the love strong. See, a peace we cannot risk. War at home is like cardiac arrest, cause home is where the heart is. Let the trumpet sound victory. The battle that we won is a battle for our peace. We promise on our honor that we'll never fight again, cause Ghana is a happy place of joy we should defend.
But you're to fight a bone, I am a dog, and then you got a brony bun and one you will any DJ cup. Get him, what's up, motherland? I didn't feel like I'll be the an eighth year. I'm in love with you now. Tamajiba maji hada mabiyata wasanya will a dodgy love for from Gakachale how from the big six you still to fix things. Mawa hamakafu was Chicago reaches.
If you don't want me to be nobody for fight we they need for a peace. Hey, incombo. Easy with maybe we to protect the nation.
Always alive. This is Radio God. Always alive. This is Radio God.
About our summer day, about that PP, hey, I want to know. Now, summer day, walk it by. My from my wabo, walk out some tron once, and many bay use on killing you, Shuara. Which as if you won't pay for a month who are when you dig your cocoto. A lady your care palace, a lady more care pallet, a leopard you go care pallet. I'm not with you all in. It's all about a peace. Hey, Baloba.
Phones in a doom, stores here to doom, police say you foom, area say soon, Tupa ye papa, depending a high, Mwashakume Muma, Memina Ganima, Papa, don't know what it is, Musimudrania, Semapoto Gem, Uredonach BBC.
Ghana, it's no more.
Papa Peter Free me, Dayum Nametium, no war.
So that the peacemakers, for they shall be called the sons and daughters of God. Pray for love, we pray for peace, we pray for unity, always.
Assassini featuring Linus All Stars. This being the maiden edition of Oman Ghana, we dedicated the whole program to the youth of this country. And as I said, we've spoken to Mr. Seth Otin, CEO, Youth Bridge Foundation, and Madam Jess Nyame, Programs Coordinator for Youth Bridge Foundation. Time check 4 minutes to 9, and we're gonna bring the curtains down on this program from in a moment from now. And like I say, and I must say, and we can the next, your first program, you the SHCNA, and that the program in Yama, Mabuno, and Youth Bridge Foundation for the Dinkomo, and for Mabuno, and among your eye, or Ghana has say. So maybe say, yes, so yes, BB. Elections Samba Bium. Wabi Huna from next week we're going to Parliament. Parliament apart from the political manifestos, any manifestos coming in this one, there be Parliament could do what's the agenda for the youth? Now, Mr. Tink, who are we doing now? There's a MPO who will say of a baby because of people who can and so brown pepper or not of friends of any on the wall. I didn't know any part of it. Or say, who are now or then I offered maybe man as we now to become more when we're going meeting at the right table on the right table to discuss the youth empowerment, youth programs and we invite youth now. They will give their input, they will give you their so that you know what the youth need to know the nation. Ghana for all of us.
This is not a peace song, it's a love song. Peace and Ghana getting married, keep the love strong. See a peace we cannot risk. War at home is like cardiac arrest, cause home is where the heart is. Let the trumpets sound victory. The battle that we won is a battle for a peace. We promise on an honor that we'll never fight again. Cause Ghana is a happy place of joy we should defend.
What's up, motherland? I don't feel like obedient and atheist. I'm in love with you now. Tamajiba maji hide my guitar. What's in your will? A doji love for from Yakachale. How? From the big city, it's still the fix things. How my kafu was she comes will reaches.
Even I won't make it be. Somebody for fight, we don't need one of us. Come on. Maybe we to protect the nation. But don't let anyone else leave us.
From a wabo, what has some song or two, and maybe you some people which are this one in the floor among who are when you give your cocoa. A lady, okay, palace, a lady, okay, palace, a leprosy, okay, palace. I'm not actually. It's all about a pea.
Peacemakers, for they shall be called the sons and daughters of God. Hey, we pray for love. We pray for peace. We pray for unity.
Yeah, now for one out to do something, man. No, my Ghana can't. No, my Ghana, you must be free. You don't and say that last week. Capital man, I think you said for a crowd here 1 wow, what's a party or through one's a party. So you will do a how assembly. I eat Tuanica, say all her, say, I has a high in Suquine, I have a crime with Bobby and see now. We're going to talk about all this particular program on Oman Ghana. Thank you very much for joining me. My name is Samisha J. Catch me next week. God willing, next week, Thursday, same time, from 7 to 9. This is Radio Guy Online. Thank you very much.
Oh my lord, oh my lord, yes and oh my for private, oh my lord, yes and okay, yeah we go. Okay, this is my motherland, Lady Ghana tiny. Anything I go talk, bring the tiny. Whoa, Bonnia, hey, Bonnie Dana Fay, many me fene he get many won't pay. Male buying gay, friend, Bajamin Cabo. Boy, your local ninja lava where me cabo. I promise on my own, I'm over tired and